Today I'm going to share the story of what was it like to travel on a cargo boat down the Amazon River. So first of all, I flew into Leticia. It's in Colombia. It's in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the jungle. And from there you can either choose to travel by speedboat to Iquitos, Peru, and that would take you 12 hours. But that's not why I backpacked, right? To take the easy way out. So I decided to wait for the cargo boat and travel down the Amazon River for 4 days. There are these taxi boats, and I was going between Peru and Colombia, asking all sorts of questions. And I always got an answer, but it was never the right one. And it took me quite a while to figure it out that I need to get the exit stamp at the airport. Makes sense, right? Paid for a tuk-tuk driver to be my private driver for the day to make sure that I get everything done. And we went to the airport, I got the stamp. So I go back with the boat taxi to Peru. I showed up at the dock, there's no boat. And I waited, and then people around said that there's no boat today. And I was like, I've been told there's a boat today. Well, there's no boat today. So I was like, okay, I spent the entire day figuring out how to get on this boat, and there's not a boat. So what should I do? Okay, then I guess I need to find accommodation for the night because I wasn't counting on that, but I didn't have any cash left. And you might guess well that you can't pay with card in the middle of the Amazon jungle. I was looking for an ATM. There was no ATM. So I needed to take yet another taxi boat to go back to Colombia, find an ATM. I found one, I got the money. Then I took another boat taxi, and the driver or the captain needed to drop his friend off at a market in Brazil. So we ended up going to Brazil with a taxi boat, and I'm like, this is the third country, like in one day. So we dropped the guy off. I took a selfie with the Brazilian flag because I was like, this is as far as I go into Brazil. I wasn't planning on traveling there, but here I am. And then went to this Peruvian island once more, looking for a place to stay. There was none, with the exception of this round down, so old, pimped up, weird looking hostel. I wouldn't call it a hostel. It was cheap, at least, of course. But I was traveling with a travel buddy, a male companion, purely platonic, nothing ever happened. So when we found out there's one room and it's a double bed, it felt a little uncomfortable, but I was like, over this backpacking trip, I've done so many uncomfortable things. This isn't going to be the worst. So we booked the room, and my hair was as greasy as is now. So yeah, I tried to make some sort of acceptable bond. It's hair wash day today. Girls, you know what I mean. So anyway, it was like terrible like this. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna have to wash the hair today, because if tomorrow we get on the cargo boat, I'm not risking a hair wash on a cargo boat. There's no way. So there was a bathroom. It was just a place to stand with a broken tube above the head. And it was connected to some sort of container that was empty. So it took me quite a while to figure out that I need to get water from somewhere, fill this container up so I can take a shower. And there was a broken piece of plastic on the floor. It looked like it used to belong to a can. So I was like, okay, this will do. So I took that, I went outside looking for water, and it turns out the only source of water, and I wasn't gonna go down to the Amazon River, so the only source of water was this old bath filled with rainwater, I guess, and all the chickens were having a great time in this water. So they were having a full-on pool party. So I was like, excuse me, I need some water. So I moved the chicken away. It took a few rounds to fill up this broken tank. And I was like, okay, so I have about 3 liters of water to wash my hair with, or I would need to do this round again. I'm not gonna do that. So I will do my best to take a full shower with this much water. And guess what? I did. I cleaned myself up to a certain extent. I will continue the next story from here.